Hey everyone, it's Pepper and Crystal from Blogging Tidbits. And so I am Pepper from Pepper Scraps, and we have Crystal.
I'm Crystal from tidbitsofexperience.com. I'm actually getting used to this video world. Hey, go ahead, Pepper.
Okay, so today we're doing 5-minute reviews. So I'm going to be screen sharing, so you won't be able to see me, but you'll be able to see my screen. And the idea behind this is that, did you know you only have 4 seconds to make an impression on new readers? So we thought that a good way for you guys to really look to see if that 5 seconds or 4-second impression is doing its thing for you is for us to go through and do a 5-minute review. Now, we called it a 5-minute review. I don't know if it's going to be 5 minutes or 6 minutes or 3 minutes. We haven't tested this before, so we'll try it out. We'll see how it is. We have a few different bloggers to go through and do it, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you are just a viewer and you're not a part of the Blogging Tidbits group, just a little bit to know about that is Blogging Tidbits is kind of a mentorship group where Crystal and I are mentoring some newer bloggers. And so they had the option to sign up for these reviews. And if you guys didn't get a chance to sign up, we'll probably do this again, I'm sure. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more about Blogging Tidbits, you can go to bloggingtidbits.com. We're currently only on invitation only to join the group, but make sure and sign up to get your invitation if you're interested. So I am going to look, let's see. Now here, I'm warning you guys, remember we had technical issues the first time we did Hangouts? Last few times when I tried sharing my screen, I went away. So we tested it, it worked okay, but let's see now that we're live, okay? Woo, see? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can, Pepper.
Okay. So, and just so you know, if you have any questions or anything, you can look, and on the side you should be able to ask questions, and I will check in on that for you through the way as we go. So, and you know what I realized, Crystal, is I didn't write down I don't have the names in front of me. So if you remember the names of the people for the blogs, I have the list of the blogs.
Okay, you're supposed to have the list on both. Give me a second.
Okay, here, let me open up the list. Oh, I can't because I'm
I'll get it.
Blogging Tidbits.
I'm logging in.
Okay, I'm going to open up the first one. So it's Emulsified Family.
And that is Jennifer.
There's Jennifer. She has her picture down here. So I'm going to give her 5 words that come to mind when I first see her blog. And then Chris will give us 5 words, and then we'll give you 5 tips or 5 things that really stand out to us. So my 5 words are going to be obviously family, color, simple, and how many words am I at?
I don't even remember. I didn't catch that fast enough.
And I want to stay here. I'm really enjoying the graphics and stuff. So how about you, Crystal?
Okay, I think of professional, cook, marriage, and elegant, and what else? Just looking at it. Chef.
Chef.
I think I went through too many, but hey.
That's okay. So I really like your logo, and I like your consistency of color throughout your site. I think that you have a definite branded feel to your graphics. And I like that you have your call to action for your free ebook. I do wish your sidebar was a little bit wider because I wish that was a little more prominent. And I have a pretty wide screen, so I don't know if you need to have Meet Jennifer above that, or you know what would be nice is maybe have a little bit about you right below it, like a little tiny blurb saying who Jennifer is to kind of lead them into meeting you more.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Pepper.
Yeah. Oh, I love your most popular posts section. This is really popular with a lot of bloggers, and I really like that because that is definitely going to be something that people want to look for.
Oh.
And guys, we are moms, so every so often we'll have our kids join us for our hangouts. My kids are in school until 2 more weeks. So you have to, that's just part of being a mom blogger. So I want to look at one of her blog posts to just kind of look at that too, because that's something that we want to look at. Just so you know, I really do like, I think your blog posts are very readable. I like how you bold some of the text. You have good spacing between the words so I can really read it. You have some headers on it that you can really see. And I like that you have your call out to action again. Even I want to sign up for your ebook. You have a pop-up. It is kind of nice that it does wait a while for it to show up. It didn't bother me that much. Okay, I'm going to go back to the front for you, Crystal.
Okay.
Is this working for you, me scrolling?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right,
Is she doing... I was going to just say that you're doing the screen share because of my internet issues.
Okay, yeah. And here, let's see. Should I make it stay on me so that they can see it while you talk?
It don't matter. It's up to you.
So what do you think about Jennifer's site? Do you have any suggestions or comments for her?
Oh, I have no suggestions, and all the comments that I've had, I give her in her video review that I did for her. But I love Jennifer's site, so.
Okay. I like your little quote here. That's really cute. I want to... Oh, is this a static? That's really cool. I want to pin this because this seems like something that you could pin. So this is really cool. I see this is actually where you write about about yourself and stuff. This looked like a blog post to me, so I didn't expect it to be something that I wanted to read to introduce yourself, just so you know.
Yeah, I thought it was a blog post too. So.
Yeah, it's not. It looks like it's a static thing. So, okay, are we ready to move on?
I am.
Okay. So our next blogger is Mom on a Plan, and that is Stacey. So we have Stacey right here. So you don't have a sidebar on your blog. You would just have a footer. If you can make this 3 wide instead of 4, then you wouldn't have that blank spot. Okay, 5 words, right? Unsure. I'm not really sure where we're going with it. And the branding is hard to place. Like, I like your logo, but it's too small. And I'm not, let's see, it looks like family. Simple, again, clean. Looks like maybe some health, wellness. How about you, Crystal? Do you have 5 words for her? Did I lose Crystal?
I'm here. I'm here. I had the mute on. Sorry.
Oh.
I had Ziva hollering in the background. Didn't think anyone had listened to Ziva screaming. Okay. The 5 words. Well, this is actually more. Needs improvements, but she's already mentioned in her YouTube video today that she's working on improvements. She's trying to determine where she's headed and what she's doing. So she's trying to, in a way, revamp and rebrand. She's trying to do our challenges like with that. So, okay. And I agree. The logo does need to be a little bit bigger. She needs to make more with her header, whether she puts an ad up there or something to make it like fill up that space, because that's just way too much white at the header. And as far as the footer and the sidebar, I agree with Pepper. That needs to be moved to the sidebar or put less in the footer. Yeah. So if you need help with changing that, let us know. I can't see the actual menu from the screen share.
Oh, you can't?
No, it's very blurry for me.
Oh, okay.
So I can't really say what categories come to mind, but I know where she's headed only because of the YouTube video, which that's another reason why we're doing this YouTube challenge, is because it gives everybody a chance to really get to know you and what you're really wanting to do. Because you can sometimes say things that make a difference.
Yeah.
Blogging, randomness, all about me, organization, parenthood. It looks like there's a good mixture. So it's a mixture was what comes to mind here.
Okay.
So I think of lifestyle blogger. That's really it.
I like her color scheme. I think it's very consistent throughout. I do feel like the words are a little tiny. I have a big screen, but I don't have the biggest screen, so I do usually think that if it's hard for me to read, if I have to lean in to read, then if somebody has one of those really good screens, then they're going to have troubles reading it. So I would bump up your font a little bit so it's a little bit easier to read. I recommend making sure that all your posts have a picture. Oh, you do. You just don't have it as a feature, and I've done that before, where I made the mistake where it didn't have a feature. And let's look at your page with the sidebar. So your sidebar is kind of clean right now. I would maybe have an about section in your sidebar. I don't know if you need to share your recent comments. It's not going to do a lot for you. What a lot of people would like to see to keep them reading on your blog is share like some of your top posts, your most popular posts, your most recent posts, because if you remember, if they click through from Pinterest, they may not know what your most recent posts were. So that might be something you want to add in here. And there's some widgets and some plugins that you can add to do that. So
another thing I wanted to add is that cursive font for your titles might be something you might want to consider changing, because it's a little hard to read.
Yes. If you want to stay with the cursive font to keep with your consistency with your logo, I would bump it up. So, make it big. Let's see, let's do 30 pixels. See, if you make it bigger, it's easier to read. Is that better for you, Crystal? When I make it bigger?
Yeah, it is better. And Sue asked, is it possible to make the screen bigger? And Stacey said, I actually fixed that this morning. So at least we are on the same wavelength, Stacey. Glad to hear that.
Okay. So I would definitely bump up your logo. It feels very small on the page. That would be my biggest takeaway from it is I want to know that I'm at Mom on a Plan. And I actually really like the name of your blog. So it made you just have a bigger screen, but you have to remember when you're doing your branding that people have bigger screens. So you need a brand for small screens and big screens.
Pepper, are you able to make your screen shares bigger so that we can see them bigger?
I can do it on the next one.
Okay.
So, okay, are we ready to move on? We're going to go to love, home, and health. And I'm going to bump up my... Now, I'll do it after I review because I do want to look at it in normal size, because you got to remember that I want to be able to tell you, yeah, your fonts are way too small, that kind of stuff. And I'll tell you right now, I would say this is very hard to read. I can't read that. I definitely have to lean in to read it. And I don't need reading glasses. So let me take a look through at the fonts and stuff. And then, okay, let's bump it up for people to be able to see a little bit better. And Sue, let me know if this helps. Okay, so love, home, and health. And this is...
Hey.
Who is this?
It's Kay Calmer.
Kay.
Yeah, it's Kay.
Okay. So first of all, we don't know who it is because we don't have a name on there. I like your photo and I like your intro, except for that it's underlined. But your 5 words for me is, I actually want to steal your words right out of your logo, because your logo is awesome. So love, home, health, so family maybe. I see holistic, so I would say holistic. Natural, I feel like this is very natural. Elegant. Busy would be one of the words I would say though too. Okay, how about you, Crystal?
Busy still.
Okay.
Again, the fonts, like you pointed out. Lots of good resources. I mean, I love the topics that she covers. The topics she covers is awesome.
So education, maybe?
Yeah,
learning.
Educational. Health definitely comes to mind, which is a good thing, since that's what she covers a lot of. Natural. How many words have I said?
I think you're good. So my quick suggestions for you would, yes, you need to bump your menu up. That font is very hard to read, and I'm not sure if you can make it go all the way across, that'd be kind of awesome. I think I've mentioned this before. Some of these photos, I'm not sure if they're ads or if they're photos for your blog posts. It's hard to tell an ad from a blog post. Again, be careful, guys, with scrolly fonts. They're incredibly hard to read, and you got to remember people are going to be less, how would you say this? They're not teaching cursive as much in school, so that means that less people are going to be able to read cursive. With these scrolly fonts, that means it's going to be hard for them to read. My son also, he's slightly dyslexic. These scrolly fonts are incredibly hard for him to read. Anybody who's dyslexic and stuff, you wanted them to be able to scroll through and really read what your blog posts are about. So that's the goal, and with these, it's very hard to see what they are. I especially, I want to know these sections here. I want to instantly know what they are, because that would tell me exactly what your site's about. Okay.
And we're not trying to nitpick on you, because especially on this scroll thing, because if you looked at my designs and through my years of changing my blog design, I have always liked the cursive font. And now I'm down to the print font, just because I know that it makes that big of a difference. And it does make a difference in your traffic. And I've got proven stats to show that. So.
Oh, okay, good. Yes. I just know it from education. Being taught it, being told it. Again, Kay, I would be careful about underlining your text. It makes it really hard to follow. When I look at this on a computer screen, I don't want to stop and read it, because that underline distracts me. I understand you're doing it here for links, but if you haven't noticed, people don't do it for links as much anymore too. Have you noticed that, Crystal?
Yeah, I have. They just changed the color of the links. That's why I was so stressed over making certain my links were a different color.
Yes.
That's the now going trend.
Okay. So now we're going to move on to the sunny shadow, self-empowerment with style. So I don't know if this popped up right away or if you have a timer on it, because I did pull these up so that you guys didn't have to wait for them to load. I'm hit and miss on the newsletter pop-ups, honestly. So my 5 words would be, this looks really awesome, elegant, modern, and trendy would be another word, because this gold is super popular right now, and I'm really enjoying it. So, do you want to do your 5 words before I jump into commenting on anything?
You've already took all of my 5 words, Pepper.
Okay, so maybe us both doing 5 words is not a good idea.
Because literally everything that I thought of, you were already saying. I'm like, well,
I'm making it hard on Crystal, guys. I'm making her really work at it. So I just bumped it up, so this is bigger than normal.
I like it because it speaks to me, because it covers topics that I enjoy reading about, especially since I suffer with bipolar and all kinds of different things. So for me, it's going to grab my attention right away, because it's topics that I like, and it's topics that are actually very common, that are important. So, oh shush.
Okay, so let's see. I like that everything is very clean. Your fonts are very simple. They're easy to read. I like that your menu fits across. That I did see one thing when I did scroll down is that you are off one on your list. And I know with these, it's really hard to do that. So I don't know if that's fixable or not. Because this is kind of a Pinterest style blog, I want to say. But you may want to adjust how many posts you have on the front just to fix this big blank spot. You have your nice little footer here. I like your quote, but I don't know if maybe there is something better that you could share there. Like, oh, I would love to know what you look like on Pinterest. This reminds me of Pinterest, so I want to be like, oh, I want to check out her Pinterest. So Pinterest will let you do a embed widget that you could maybe put there. But I know that we're going for a simple style here, so maybe just the quote is nice and simple. Let's look at one of the blog posts real quick. Unless you had anything to add on the front page.
No,
Crystal?
I really am impressed by that site.
Okay. I like that you've kept very consistent with your coloring. That's working really well for you. Oh, great about section. And you're just like me. My site does not have a sidebar on the front, but I don't get as many landings on my front page as I do on pages because I get a lot of Pinterest traffic. So people usually actually end up on a page before they end up anywhere else. So goal for this blog is to become a toolkit. Just so you know, you don't need that little thing there. Minor thing. I'm a little confused why you have this and this. I'm guessing these are probably how to connect with you. You may want to tell them what this is, because if I clicked on this, I bet you it won't share your post. It will go to your Twitter, and you don't want to confuse your users. So maybe if you can put a title on that, that would be really awesome. I like your lately section, but I wish it had photos, because photos will lead me more. Your sidebar is a little long because your posts are not going all the way down. And let's see. Follow me on Blog Lovin'. Let's see. I'd be interested in hearing how well you do with Blog Lovin'. I like your little thing here, but I don't know what it is. Is this your Instagram?
Yes.
Okay. So you might want to tell people what this is, because at first I thought it was like popular post or something, and you may accidentally get people clicking out of your site, because I bet you this will take me out into Instagram. So then I'll be on Instagram and I'll get distracted and start looking around on Instagram.
Yeah.
Any other suggestions, Crystal?
No. But I did want to stress that I can't plus anybody in the questions or comments, so all I can do is just respond. So.
Oh, what? Say that again.
On the questions and answer sections, I can't respond to them or plus them.
Oh, because only I can?
Yeah.
I'll have to remember that for next time. Do you see questions for people?
I see them. I don't see any questions right now. I just see comments from people, but I don't. Okay. Just letting them know that I'm not ignoring them.
Okay. Well, let me know if there's anything that comes up that we can talk to them about.
Don't worry, I will.
Okay. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Let us know if you're enjoying this, because like I said, this might be something that we'll do again. So if you're enjoying seeing other people's blogs, getting inspired by them, seeing different things that you can do, and getting suggestions for your blogs, we'd love to hear if you want to do this again. Are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay. So, Busy Homeschool Days by Diana. Do you want to do the 5 words?
Homeschool. Basic. I don't know.
I want to say simple again. Why do I keep saying simple?
Because that's all it is. It's simple. It's very, very simple.
Which is good, guys. That's a good word to have because people like simple.
Yeah, we do. We like simple, but...
Let's see.
There's a lot of printables.
Education, food, yeah. Happy. It makes me feel happy.
Yeah, it does. You're right. It does.
It's because Diana has a really awesome smile.
Yeah, she does. I love her pictures.
So, okay, so suggestions for her. I find that this menu is a little hard to read. You could either bump up the font or maybe change the color so it's the darker color to start with, or
I
one
think
or
it
the
needs to be
other.
a darker color and also bumped in size.
Okay.
I think it needs both. And I think she needs to have her categories like broke down in those images. Like put them together somehow.
Say that. What do you mean? Like
how you have on my site?
Like in the menu?
Yeah. Like put categories together. Because see, when you go to her site, there's different categories floating up, but there's none
Oh, okay. So you're
put it together.
saying, okay.
You know what I mean, right? I think.
I think I know what you mean.
Like have a section for all her categories to be put together. Like homeschool in one, menus in one.
Oh, okay, yeah. So like maybe add some more of your categories
Yeah.
in here. I think she's still building. She's still just starting to build her blog. So I think she's also going to start working on her categories, which is going to be one of the things we're focusing on next month, right? Or not next week, right?
I am not sure, but it sounds close to time.
Yeah, I think we're
I
going to
know
be
we're
looking
doing
at
design
categories
soon.
and things next week, guys. And I think that'll really help you with your menus and stuff if you haven't already built them. So I don't have it's hard for me to give Diana a lot of suggestions because I've been helping her through building this. So for me, I've already given her a lot of suggestions. If you guys have suggestions for bloggers too, I didn't bump this up for you guys, I'm sorry. If you guys have suggestions for the blogger too, feel free and comment in there. They would probably love to hear your suggestions. Oh, and just so you know, Diana, you could also, I know this theme, and with this theme, if you wanted, you can actually add a section here that's just recipe posts. That's a good idea too.
Yeah, that's
right
what I was
now
trying to say.
Okay, so yeah, right now you just are showing your latest posts. So maybe have 6 of your latest posts, and then have a section about your menu so that people can, if they're just interested in recipes, they can go through there. A section for your printables, so then they can like be, oh, I'm really interested in printables and things like that.
See, like I was trying to say. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Just like
Okay.
you did on my site. That's what she needs to do on hers.
Yes. And oh, I love that you have your search here. Just so you know, search is very important to have on your blog, and having it up near the top is really good. Okay, moving on. Let's see. I think 1, 2, 3. We have to go a little faster because we still have, we're about halfway. We're doing good. Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Apron Warrior, conquering the world one dish at a time. Let's see. And I don't have a name. Do we have a name? Okay, I'm gonna have to click on her About Me to find out, remember who this is. This is actually probably a good thing I didn't have the names. Carol Ann. So Carol Ann from Apron Warrior. So my 5 words would be elegant, dark, great photos, yummy, and do you have any more to add, Crystal?
Honestly, I think of a restaurant.
Oh,
That's
restaurant.
the first thing that pops in my mind. Is this a restaurant promoting a store?
Ah, you know what? I could see that.
Chef, a cook. Well, chef and cook are same thing, sort of, kind of. Food, recipes.
Your photos are really good.
Yeah, they are. I think of cookbook. That's just what I think of.
Okay. Again, I would say, let's see, I'm at normal viewing. It's not bumped up. I'm going to bump it up for you guys now. But I would say your menu needs to be a little bit bigger, the font on it. I love your tagline, but it's weird that it's over here and there's nothing else over here. Can you? I wish you could make this bigger to fill in the space a little bit. or put it underneath the logo. It's okay to have blank space out here, but it's kind of weird that this is just floating. It's floating. That's the problem for me. I like that you have your social media buttons, very obvious. I do find it a little dark, just so you know. But you do have all your stuff on white, which is what you really want to do. You do not want to do light text on dark. I'm going to click through one of your posts. I wish you had more photos in your left sidebar, just so you know. Like your recent posts, I wish those had photos for them. I don't think you need to have your comments over here. You could probably use something else better here, because I want to say this isn't giving me any information, really. And I just see a lot of comments from you too. So I know it's just you replying to your people, but I like your popular post over here. And I don't know why you have a calendar.
That's kind of puzzling.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess that's probably maybe when you've posted, but that probably is not a good thing to advertise. It makes it more obvious if you do stop posting for anything, like you're sick or anything. Okay, so your photos are amazing, and I love that you have them fill up your whole blog post. I do wish you had a little more bold text, headlines. Headlines, guys, are awesome for SEO too. Your Google rates them higher for your SEO keywords, so. And you have to teach me how to make meat look good on photos. Your recipes look really great. I'm guessing this is probably a plugin or something, and I think it's really awesome. Okay. Anything that you want to add?
No. You already covered it all. You said the same thing I was thinking.
Okay, we are moving on to daily momtivity. Created by moms for moms. And this is by maybe Nicole. Let's see, about us. So I have to click in to find out who you are. There you are, Nicole. And you do have multiple authors, but you can have multiple like author boxes in the side. Okay. Do you want to do the 5 words for her, or do you want me to do the 5 words?
I can do it. Mommy. Simple. Stop, Ziva. Practical. I don't know what else I think of.
I would say bright. It's very bright, which is not, I like it. It's fun. It's fun and bright. As far as suggestions for you, I like that you have your social media buttons here and your subscribe. I don't know about the grab your button thing. So I'm torn on that because I know you have one on yours, Crystal, but I think that has gone. Bloggers are using that space for ads. They're not sharing other people's blogs, I feel like. And so I think that you could do something here that's going to keep people either on your blog or keep them, you know, the things that you want on your sidebar are things that pay you, things that keep them on your blog, or things that make them want to follow you on your social medias. I don't recommend having your archives in here. I know, actually, Crystal, you were suggesting it though for sponsors?
Yeah, there are certain sponsor companies that require that you have your archives somewhere on your page. And I have mine, I think, on my footer, or I had them on my footer.
Yeah, I would put them in your footer if you have them anywhere. Honestly, I didn't, when I did PR for a company, that was not their big thing. Their big thing was they just wanted your page rank, your, you know, photos, and they wanted me to read your about section. And I needed to contact you, so make sure you have an email, guys. I did not look to see if they had emails. I would add a button here for your email. It drove me crazy. Even having to go through to your about page to find your email drives me crazy. I would make your Facebook thing smaller. I know that people show these little photos here. That doesn't make me want to like you anymore, honestly. Your recent posts like that. Find me on Pinterest. I'd almost bump this Find me on Pinterest up farther because you probably want to grow your Pinterest. You have some ads and your tags. I would put your tags down in your footer because your footer is like really blank down here, but you have all this white space here. And that's you have white space here, you have white space here. And I can't remember, do they make you put these on, Crystal? Brandbacker and do they require those?
No.
I honestly, when companies, networks tell me that they have to put their buttons on their thing, I say, okay, never mind. Because honestly, it's free advertisement for them. Unless they're paying me really good money, I'm not going to put them on my front page. It's basically an ad for them. Do you charge for ads, Crystal?
Yes. I do. I'm not going to have any more, though. Once these ones go away.
Okay.
But
do you think the networks pay you as much as you would earn from an ad? I don't want to ask you how much you charge for an ad, so.
Oh, no. As far as that goes, no.
No. So basically, are you getting paid enough for if that was an ad? Would you put it up?
Well, I have my networks page, so
yeah, you have a whole page. But would you put it on your front? If they told you had to put it on your front page versus an ad, is it worth it to you?
It just depends on which network it is. If it was like BlogHer or let's see here, who else pays me the most? Mom Central or somebody who's been paying me anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a month on average, yeah, I'd probably do it. Because there are a couple companies that do pay me really well.
Okay, I'm looking at your blog post. Again, I would make some of your text bold. I would add some headers. I like your related post section. That's great. I love your about section. And I think that's about it. Any suggestions for her, Crystal?
No.
Okay. So we are moving on to Farm Fresh Adventures. And I have to say, I love the name of your blog. That's a really cute name. I'm like, oh, that sounds like fun. And I'm not a farm person. So do you want to do 5 words? You want me to do 5 words?
Country, food, nature, colorful, bright, and a lot.
Okay. I'm torn. I like her background, but on the other hand, it hurts my eyes. I don't know if it might be the green and red together, and it may be because I have a really big screen. Before I make it bigger, I am going to tell you this is way too small. You need to shorten these titles so that you can make this font way bigger. I have to literally be 6 inches from my screen to be able to read that. And I'm going to bump this up now for you guys. Do we have any comments, Crystal? I think Crystal muted herself. I think I heard her daughter in the back. So.
No, we don't have any more comments. That's it.
Okay. So I'm going to say it's a little busy. Your sidebars are very distracting. Like, all I'm looking at is your sidebars, and I want to, like, actually look at your blog posts.
And see, that's what I was saying when I said busy. Okay. Very, very busy. That's what came to mind.
Yeah.
And is that Farm Fresh? What's the full link? The website? Farm Fresh Adventures. Blogspot.com.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much going on her site that I actually have to load it myself. Literally.
So you say me and my farm boy. Do we find her name?
No.
You don't have a name.
I got Lisa only because of her pin interest.
Okay, and you don't even have an about section. Maybe this is not clickable.
Send me a note, email me.
Okay. So again, I don't know
clickable.
if this is the best. I mean, guys, if even if you want to have people sharing your buttons, you don't want it above the fold. Well, your header is so big you don't have it above the fold, but let's pretend this is above your fold. Above your fold is like a big spot. This is before people start scrolling. So remember, you have 4 seconds. They can only scroll so far in 4 seconds. And then they're going to move on. I would almost take this and put this way down somewhere. I don't know, Blogspot, if you want to take your archives out or not. I thought Google Friend took Google Friend away. I thought this was not even existing anymore. So
no, it's still existing. It's not as popular as it used to be.
Okay. So honestly, I'm so distracted. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing here. I like your font that you used for your headers. Your text is pretty big, so even when I didn't have it blown up, so I think that was pretty good. And I like that here you have bullet points. You know, that's awesome. You do pretty good with your photos. I wish your photos were a little bit bigger so that they kind of filled up your space a little bit more at least. But I would definitely go through and clean out your sidebars, really decide. And I think that might actually, if I don't have that as a challenge this month on Blogging Tidbits, I have a good blog post about it, so I can share it with you guys. You do have to scroll a really long time before you get to the bottom of your thing, too. So I don't know if you need that many blog posts on the front. And I know that there was a debate whether or not you want to stay on Blogger versus going to WordPress with a lot of our bloggers. And I will say that when I worked for PR, I would pick a WordPress person before a Blogger person. Just because I knew that they were being more professional, honestly. But if you're still building, it may be something you want to just think about later down. And there are a few bloggers that have done well on Blogger, but I will tell you, they spent a lot of money to do customization on their blogs. Skinny Taste is one of them. She is still on Blogger, but she has paid super duper amount of money, and she's had sponsor people do special things for her just to make her blog look the way it does. And make it so that you can't tell it's on Blogger, basically. Okay, we ready? Next one? Any questions, guys?
Archives for me on the sidebar in the footer. Maybe I will change that then. Can't people use our contact me page instead of email? Contact me pages are great as long as you also include your email information in there, because sometimes those contact me pages don't work that great because technical issues do happen.
Yes. I literally had one blogger that I wanted to work for my company that I was working with, and I had to finally just tweet at her, say, hey, you know what? Your contact form doesn't work, and I really want to contact you.
Yeah. So don't rely on those.
Yeah, but most PR people are not going to do that for you.
Right, they're not. And on top of that, if some PR reps won't even fill out contact forms at all, period.
Yeah. No, I was being paid by hour, so I was fine with filling out contact forms, but some are paid by Blogger. So, okay, so we're on Healthy Simplicity. And this is Jennifer. So I would say simple,
Food.
Mom, food.
Mom, definitely.
Simple life.
Isn't she a homeschooler?
She looks like it.
Yeah, she does, but I don't know. I haven't read it, but she looks like a homeschooler. Crafting.
Yeah, crafty.
Religious.
Big family.
Yeah.
So I think she's actually updated since the last time we reviewed her blog. And it seems like she's kind of simplified it a little bit more. I do wish you had an actual logo instead of just this simple font to have a little bit more branding, but we are talking about branding, so you know that is something that we'll be talking about, is doing logos. Let's see what we've been enjoying. I don't know, is this going to lead? Yeah, this is going to lead to stuff. I would actually maybe say like our top posts, our most popular posts, our newest posts, whatever this is. It's not clear what this is, and I'm almost afraid to click anything because I almost think I'm going to go somewhere else. Please take off your logins on your front page, guys, if you are on WordPress, just so you know. That's kind of asking to be hacked. And nobody else should be logging into your WordPress for most of our bloggers. Do you have any suggestions, Crystal?
No, not really. I mean, it's kind
I'm
of.
gonna click. I guess I didn't click through. Your fonts are a little on the small side, just so you know that. I do wish they were a little bit bigger. So this is your blog post. Reading challenge. I like your about section. I like that you have a lot of photos of you. I feel like I want to get, like I'm getting to know you and stuff, so I think that's awesome. So I think that's about it for what I would suggest. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Dandelion Bliss, or where the weeds grow free and the people drink tea.
I love her. Dee Dee, I gotta say this. I'm enjoying your YouTube things that you're doing. That just, I wasn't completely sold on your site because I haven't really dug into it a lot. But now, after watching your YouTube videos, I really want to dive into your website. So,
see, and isn't that interesting how the video makes you like more engaged?
Yeah, it does. It makes me want to go just dive into her website. And now that I know more about it, where the weeds grow, in your logo makes more sense now. Whereas before, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But now it does. So you need to put that intro video somewhere on your website. That way people can click on it and read it. It will sell them.
And it seems like that for the challenge yesterday with the tagline or the elevator speech that she did change that a little bit. So I think she maybe clarified that a little bit more, what it's about.
Yeah.
So I would say your fonts are a little small. Oh, I guess we need to do 5 words, right?
Yeah.
Bright, small, hard to read. Any other words, Crystal?
Well, because of the T, it makes me think of Southern.
And see, I'm on another side of the continent, and I did not think Southern because we don't. I thought natural, and that's a cultural thing, right? Because you're more south, and I'm over here where everything's about natural.
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me, Pepper?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Were you talking to me?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
like, I didn't hear what you said. Yeah, now that you made it bigger, yeah, it's a whole lot easier to read. But those fonts need to be different colors because that's like really hard to see.
I recommend being careful of yellow. Everybody's computer will read yellow differently because you got to remember that screens are made up of green, red, and blue. So to make yellow, it has to mix those colors to make yellow. So every screen will read yellow differently. And I know Dandelion is your thing. So you probably do want some yellow in it, but I would be careful with it.
Not to mention the color scheme that you're using is very hard when you're colorblind.
Oh yeah, nobody would be able to read that.
I'm struggling big time.
So I I wish you had more. Well, I guess you do have more photos. I think that it's just that top post doesn't have very many photos.
The text needs to be bigger.
Text needs to be bigger. I like your popular posts, but I almost wish they were a little more visual, so the photos are bigger, and the text, you don't even necessarily have to put the text in, except for the title of it, obviously. Again, categories, it's okay. I like that you have your search in there. I like your social media. It's very bright and very clear. You don't have your name on your here, so we only happen to know what your name is. Nobody would know what your name is by reading this, I don't think. And I know that
intentional, that's fine.
Say that again.
I was going to say, if that's intentional, that's fine. And for her case, it might be intentional.
Yeah. I'm torn between that because I know a lot of people try to be anonymous online, but honestly, there's no such thing as being anonymous online. The only way to not have your name online, actually, there's no way to not have your name online. And it's somebody who has a name that is pretty, like, not popular, not common. I gave up on people not trying to find me long time ago. So you're better off just going for it. Oh, look, why does it say hello, DD in this one?
I don't know.
It did not say that in the front one, right?
Well, she might have went in and changed it while we were talking.
Oh, she's changing it.
I love it. DD?
I hope you guys are having fun listening to us. I'm having fun. I would like more of your categories up here to know what you talk about.
Yes, me too.
Be careful of the guest posting thing. I get so much spam from I had one of these and I had to put it on private because I was getting so much spam from having a page about guest posting on my blog. And honestly, I don't take guest posts anymore. It's too much of a hassle with the spam out there now. Any other suggestions? I would say your images are awesome for Pinterest. Just FYI. This is awesome. So
again, consider putting your intro video on your website somewhere.
Ooh, yeah. Guys, you can embed it on the side. I may have to do a new one just so I can do that. Okay, we ready?
Ready.
Oh, you have to say it.
I do.
The Hypertufa Gardener. Is that how you say it, you think?
I hope. Very small font.
Very
green.
small.
Very green.
A little dark.
Yeah.
Which for gardening.
Too. Lots of ads.
Yeah.
Staring me in the face.
Even the things that are not ads look like ads. Again.
Yeah. Hard to read. I can't even read it.
I like your color scheme, but I feel like it's dark. Like you need more white on your screen. So even if you had the green up here, oh, pop up.
Another green.
And that is a different green than the green you have on here.
Yeah.
Your logo is a little hard to read. Not even just because the word is hard to pronounce, but it's like there's not enough contrast to be able to actually see it very well. So I'm going to bump this up for you guys. You can see
I'm loading it now because I can't see it on your screen.
Okay.
So if I lose y'all, don't shoot me.
I have no idea what Hypertufa is, and I don't know if you're really, really like niched. I can't remember. Is she really niched in the Hypertufa thing?
Looks like it, judging by the content.
So I almost feel like this is more of an informational page than a blog. And I don't know if that's...
We have gardens, and then we got recipes, and then we have Minecraft. What does Minecraft have to do with gardening?
Are we maybe changing our niche? I think she might be reblending her blog. How old is old enough for a cell phone? I've done that post too. Okay, so let's really look at this. For some reason, I'm getting 2 ads. I would not do that.
There are 1, 2, 3.
I'm confused on where to go. It looks like that there's actually a blog page, and then that was a front page. But I would be. I understand. I know that a lot of people are doing that, but I think that that's confusing. You're not going to have a lot of people click through on just this little button that says blog page. So you either need to figure out how to make this a lot cleaner and have like a big section saying it's about blogs. Because especially you have comments here, which is, I don't get if this is just a page why you have comments. So, and you know, guys, we're not trying to be very critical. We want to give you like a real, like, what our impression is. So,
yeah, this is our user experience. This is what happens when you are a new user visiting your site.
Okay, the reluctant cook, the frugal living. So it does look like she has 2 things going on, right?
She looks like she has a lot more than 2.
Well, like she has 2 blogs. She has the gardening, and then she has like another blog that had a lot of different things going on in it. So I think that hopefully this branding month will really help you center that a little bit more. And I think that there is some definite work that you need to do on it. I do feel like this blog layout is a little dated. It could definitely be updated. I don't know why you have shares on your front page. I don't usually recommend having shares on your front page because people on Pinterest, it'll actually kind of make them mad when somebody pins one of these images and it just goes to your front page, just so you know. And I don't know what these tabs are on the side. That's just confusing to me. Do you have anything else to add, Crystal?
Let us do a redesign, please. Because there's a lot of great content. There's amazing content.
Yeah, love this.
And
love this.
If you're a gardener who knows what the Hypertufa is, I'm sure that that's very beneficial.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law would probably have a field day in your blog if she can maneuver around it.
If I remember right, she has a lot more traffic going to the Hypertufa Gardener blog, and that's why she was bringing in the second blog, is because she wants to be less niched, and she's trying to combine 2 blogs. And I'll let you know right now it's very confusing. And even if if it was me, what I would look at is bringing that Hypertufa into the background a little bit more, but still have a really good landing page about it, but put your blog on the front. And yeah. The Hypertufa Gardener, you can still keep that name. That's who you are. And maybe come up with a great about page about how I'm the Hypertufa Gardener. And that will still connect everything.
Yeah, because then you can connect all these family-friendly posts and everything else, and your tutorials that you have. And
I didn't see an about section on the side. Here's one. So this is Kim. Oh, yes. And I love your photo. It's very cute, especially with your hat. It makes me think of gardening. So bring your photo up here. Make it a little bit bigger. Make people say, oh, I want to get to know her. I think there was a blogger that, I think, was it Dandelion Bliss? I was like, I love all your photos everywhere. No, it was Healthy Simplicity. She had photos everywhere, right? And that makes you want to get to know them.
Kim, the different menus is not going to make a difference on this theme. The theme itself is what's killing you. If you change your theme and we change out your layout and make it, like she said, more blog friendly first and then the Hypertufa as a landing page, you will see a dramatic change.
Mm-hmm. Let's look back at where's Busy Homeschool, because this is one of the themes that I absolutely. Oh no, let's look at yours, Crystal. Yours is. Let's show you an example of a lifestyle blog. and how they really work with like the different, because you have different sections, right?
Yeah, I
Did we
have
do that
landing
for you?
pages for marriage. I have landing pages for the blogging tidbits, and then Dale has his landing page.
Okay. Actually, and you know what? Mine's actually going to be a little bit more clear. Let me show you mine. I'm going to show you my blog so you can see, like, I'm lifestyle blogging, and I was doing a lot of food stuff, but now I'm kind of adding more stuff in. So what I did is these are all my most recent posts. And then I have healthy recipes because that was what a lot of people were coming to my blog for, was for the healthy recipes. So I have this section here so that they're still landing here. And honest, like, I would even, if for you, when you're starting out, I would take out this whole extra row so people see healthy recipes at the top fold. Healthy recipes, crafts, and video, because those are the things that I'm really focusing on my blog now. So I'm showing them, here's the healthy recipes that they were coming for originally. So this would be your Hypertufa stuff. But look, I'm now adding crafts, or, you know, I'm adding home stuff. Look, I'm now adding video. So I'm showing them that I'm going beyond the recipes. I'm adding more new content.
And a lot of bloggers now are still niche related, like you're definitely niche related, but they're expanding beyond just their original niche that they started out with, because more and more opportunities are becoming available for just lifestyle bloggers. And that's another topic we were going to talk about in the next couple hangouts.
Yes, we are going to talk about what next week is going to be about niche blogging and lifestyle blogging, like really figuring out your focuses, your categories and stuff, right?
Yes, because that's a really hard thing to do. Well, she says all my traffic comes for Hypertufa. I'm adding in different subjects. Okay.
Yeah. And I think that you need to add it in a little bit different. It's not working the way it is. Because if you want to start building traffic for the other stuff, I wouldn't stay there if I was interested in any of those other things. Because I'm like, oh, this is about Hypertufa. I'm not interested about that. I thought this was about family. So you have to show them that it's about more than that now. And there has to be a way of doing it. And we've worked with a lot of bloggers that have gone from really strong niche blogging to lifestyle blogging. So there's strategies to do that. I know we're going over, guys. Do you want to, Crystal, should we finish up with Angie's site?
We can.
So this is Ange, and we know that because she's one of our tribe mates. But I noticed she doesn't have a picture or an about section on the sidebar. So we wouldn't know that if we didn't know you. So, do we want to do 5 words?
Crafty.
I'm good. Crafty. Do it yourself.
Yeah.
Because I see him doing it himself.
That
wasn't close. I don't know if I would know that. Let's see.
It's now a dark theme. It's still a dark theme. Still dark.
Yeah, it's a little dark. It's simple to the point it's hard to see what the brand is.
Most, I think she's still trying to figure that out. Too.
Yes, and we do know Andrew's working on this. She just changed her theme, so she's still getting used to it. I would say the font is a little too light and a little too small. And you know, guys, that's not your fault. What is going on is a lot of these themes that you guys are using are used to those small fonts for when screens were a lot smaller. So all you have to remember is that if you use a screen that or a theme that was not made this year or last year, that you're going to want to bump up all the fonts. So let's bump this up a little bit. Is there such a word? Is there a word that says non-colorful? Non-colorful?
Dull.
Dull.
But her stuff isn't dull. That's what gets
No, interesting. Like, I want to dive in. Like, I'm like, oh, this looks like a cool idea. Oh, this looks like a cool idea. Oh, what happened there, right? Like, I'm interested in it, but I feel like it could be brighter and more fun. Like, the pictures are fun. Like, everything that you're talking about is really fun. I think the theme is, like, not not doing that for me. Like, I'm like, oh, that's cool. I like your menu. It's very simple. It's easy to read. If you could make the font bold, that'd be nice. Watch as my creative juices flow. With little money and some great ideas, things come together. I think this is an awesome catchphrase. Is that just me? What do you think, Crystal?
Only because I got chewed out from my tagline being so long, I think it needs to be shorter. But that's only because I got chewed out from mine being so long.
And that is the thing. You need to have a long one and a short one. Yours is a little long too. I have a short one and a long one. So you could do creative.
But I love it.
Yeah, creativity with a little money and great ideas, right? Take out a lot of those extra words, and you can still get across the same idea.
But I love her tagline. I do. Yeah.
I wish your fonts were more fun. Like, you have all this beautiful, scrolly, fun stuff. Your style is very fun. And I just don't think that's coming across. I want to see more of your style. I would almost do a featured page instead of having this in your sidebar. Again, you're losing real estate that you could sell or feed back to yourself. And again, I would also love to know who you are on there. About me. So I want to see. Her page is loading slow. Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so it's not me. It's her site.
Yeah, it's her site.
And we need to fix your permalinks, by the way. You should not have permalinks that say this, guys. I just fixed that for somebody. They paid me yesterday to fix that for them. It's an easy fix, but it's a technical fix, and you have to have somebody who's comfortable going into the back end of your site. So, okay, I'm going to switch. You guys are going to see lots of funky stuff. I'm going to stop screen sharing so you guys can see me again.
That was a lot. I think we gave you a lot.
Okay, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, let us know if you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this, put a comment in there. Let us know. If you're watching this later, again, same thing. Add a comment telling us that you enjoyed it. So, Crystal, next week we're talking about, do you have it in front of you? Or I want to say it's topics and niche blogging.
Yeah, I believe it was niche blogging next week. I'm pretty confident that's what it is.
And the fact is that both Crystal and I are not niche bloggers. So what we're really going to be talking about is niche blogging versus lifestyle blogging. So if you're curious about how to balance all that, that's what we're going to try and talk about next week. And if you have questions about that, make sure and ask those questions. I will be creating the event page for the Hangout, and ask your questions there, and we will be able to answer them for you. If you're part of the Facebook group, you can ask in there too. I'll have a section for you to ask questions in there. But I want those people who are just watching us who are not part of the Facebook group to be able to ask questions too. So, Crystal, do you have any closing comments?
No, just know we love y'all, and we're in this with you too. So it's not like we're trying to nitpick, because we learn just as much as you do as we go along. And so.
And if you missed out on us reviewing your blog, feel free and say, hey, ask me take a look at my blog, let me know, because both Crystal and I love doing that. Crystal does it video wise, I write, but I want to do it video wise, but I never have time to video.
Yeah, I like doing videos. Sometimes I like doing it behind the screens more, but that's okay.
So we're over 10 minutes, so we should probably just say goodbye, but we love talking to you guys.
All right.
So I am Pepper from Pepper Scraps. That is
Crystal from tidbitsofexperience.com.
And this is the Blogging Tidbits Hangout on Air live, and I hope that you'll join us next week. Bye-bye.